1923 Main Street.
Home of everything to do with Disney travel in style. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bellobraddock.
And I'm Amelia Bellobraddock. And today, an extra special game of This or That for Disney travel fashion and style.
Yes, we're going to go through 10 This or That questions related to some sort of popular decisions you may want to make about wondering, should I do this or should I do that when I'm at Walt Disney World in terms of what you're packing and wearing. And we'll give you our perspective and go through these 10 popular This or That's. Let's jump right in. I'm going to ask you a lot of these questions. I'll chime in as well. Let's start with number 1. In the Disney parks, a subtle Disney understated shirt or an obvious Disney shirt? This or that?
Okay, I think it depends on the person. For me, I would go with the subtle Disney t-shirt. I think it's almost more fun to wear your obvious ones at home where it's a souvenir, and especially if you have your little kids, you know, they love running around with a big Mickey on their face. But that being said, when you're in the parks, it is a different feeling. So if you have obvious Disney merch, then it's a fun time as well.
I agree with you 100% on that. I'm a big subtle Disney person. In fact, our whole shop is about subtle Disney. Although I like buying and obviously own some Disney official merch with more obvious characters and things. But I really love subtle. And I also like it because the cast members notice and they'll say things when you have sort of subtle Disney shirts. They like to see things that, you know, they don't see every day in the Emporium also.
And I think it's nice to sort of stop yourself from buying that obvious Disney t-shirt because there's new lines constantly. And even last year, I had to make a specific New Year's resolution with myself to not buy any more Disney t-shirts.
Now, does your answer change for outside the parks?
Outside the parks as in at Disney or outside the parks as in...
outside the parks as in at Disney.
I think outside the parks is more of a time to pop on your subtle Disney. It's sort of cute just, you know, strolling around Springs, maybe out for dinner. Something it's less in your face than, you know, the latest Disney line. It just feels not even more upscale, but just like something a little bit different, something a little bit separate from your park experience.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Now, you mentioned out for dinner, which is perfectly timely because number 2, This or That, for a casual dinner on your Disney vacation, something like the Grand Floridian Cafe, casual shorts or leggings, or a dress. This or that?
Personally, I'm always going to go with the dress. I think it's a little bit nice depending on how casual you are. You know, if you're just at a value eatery, then I think it's a little bit different, maybe more casual shorts or leggings. But for me personally, especially at the Grand Floridian Cafe, I like a little dress. As far as men go, I think it's a little bit of a different question because usually you're not going to pop on a dress. So would you say more like casual shorts and maybe a short sleeve button up, or would you do pants and like a dress shirt? What would you do?
This or that for me, I would say, you know, I know people wear pants and dress up shirts there and stuff. That's more of a Victoria and Albert's as far as I'm concerned, although you do need a jacket. So personally, for me, I would recommend the nice shorts and a short sleeve button up t-shirt for almost any dinner outside of, you know, the formal one.
You're at Disney World. I think there's a certain fine line.
There are nice shorts.
It's not even like a beach resort. You're at Disney World, so you just have to have that in the back of your brain.
All right, now, for visiting Disney parks, this or that, a hat or Disney ears?
You know, I think Disney ears are best suited for in the parks. So when you're actually in the parks, if you have Disney ears, this is when you want to wear them. This is when you're going to get the least looks about them. So personally, I would say show off your Disney ears in the parks. I'm more of a headband person than a hat person anyway, but there is a place for everything. Nothing's uncommon.
All right. And now let's move on that one just a little bit. Number 4, because people do wear hats. You know, some people like hats for the sun and all that. So this or that, wearing a hat in Disney parks, a ball cap or a wide brimmed type of hat?
Okay, something important to note, Disney parks can get very sunny. With a ball cap, you run the risk of getting a very, very interesting tan line. If you have ever seen golfers take off their baseball caps, you do not want that. A wide brim hat makes a nice, even tan. It shades your face all around. Personally, I would go for a wide brim hat. I think unless you're going to the beach or a water activity where you don't want to wreck your nice wide brim hat and you just want to throw a baseball cap on, maybe there's a time and place for that. But as far as the parks go, it's going to be a wide brim hat for me.
I would say no hat at all.
Yeah, I don't really know because I'm thinking of a nice little straw hat with a tie on it. I don't know what men would do for a wide brim hat.
It's just for me, hats actually make me hotter because they keep the heat in and on my head. But having said that, for me, if this is the this or that,
It's just looking at your phone in the sun without a wide brim hat is hard.
I think I would go ball cap for the reason of convenience. Now, if you don't go on rides, no problem. But ball caps, because you can squish them, you can shove them in pockets. They don't come off as easy if it's windy. So just for that reason, I would say that. But if you are more of a fashionista who doesn't really go on rides that are beyond Small World or anything of that speed, then it really doesn't matter. It's more for, if you go on a lot of rides where you have to shove things into the little pocket.
No, that's fair. I think I just don't have a go-to ball cap, and maybe I need to invest in one. Maybe that's a fair thing to work on.
All right, now let's go for cooler weather question. This or that, jeans or leggings?
I think it depends on the person and the style. For me, I'm going to go with leggings. Jeans can get uncomfortable, especially in Disney parks. There's food. Who are we kidding that you're not going to invest in some food in a Disney park? Unless your jeans are conveniently and strategically oversized, that waistband is going to get a little pesky. I have to go with leggings on this one.
There's a big, this one is skewed more to women. There's not many men wearing leggings in the park.
Casual pants, the Lululemon track pants, the workout pants. There's other options than jeans.
I was going to say, unless you're a character like Peter Pan. But there's a whole anti-jeans movement in the real Disney community. Like, jeans have no place in Disney parks.
What?
Yeah. There's a whole thing about that where a lot of people hate seeing people in jeans in Disney parks.
Why?
Brings it down, right? It's not the vibe.
They're too casual for Disney parks?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
All right, let's move
Jeans
on.
are more dressy than leggings.
Let's move on to number 6. But leggings look neater. If it's just black leggings, it's, not like jeans. They can be loose, baggy, down around your waist, rip knees, all sorts of. Most people don't wear, unless it's your grandfather, most people don't wear jeans. Just straight, nice, normal jeans.
Okay. Well, then I guess don't scroll back on my pictures from March then.
Number 6, this or that. Sticking with cool weather visits. A hoodie or a sweatshirt?
Like a crew neck?
Yes.
And then a zip-up hoodie?
Any kind of thing with a hood or a crew neck sweatshirt. Which one? This or that?
No, I think there needs to be a distinction because zipper hoodies are better for convenience, but I would go for a crew neck better for style. A hood is, I guess, convenient in the rain, but it can be annoying on certain rides to have a hood back there unless you can just zip it off and shove it in a compartment.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really like to wear either of these in this or that. There's a few of these this or that's that I would have this or that or none or neither. That would be mine because I would rather just, wear a light jacket, honestly, because I get too warm. So it might be cool when you get there, and then I'm notorious. Okay, there's times when I bought hoodies because it's December and it's cold, and they bring out their rack and you buy a hoodie.
Whereas
and then
had you brought a hoodie.
Yeah, but then after half an hour, I'm going, God, I'm too hot already, and I take it off. So
you bought a fur-lined hoodie.
It's the only one they had.
To wear in Florida. That is on you.
It was Disney's only choice because they were selling all the hoodies because it was cold.
Because they want you to come back and buy a different one the next year because you didn't like the one you bought last year.
All right, this or that. Number 7, we're talking about footwear now. Your sort of Converse Chuck Taylor type of flat bottom shoes or running shoes, sneakers that have, more cushion. This or that.
Okay, I have a hot take / unpopular opinion. I don't like Converse. They make me so mad. They are the least comfortable shoe I've ever put on. And I feel qualified to talk about this because this is the shoe that we have to wear for dance. And after doing a parade in Converse, please do not bring these to a Disney park.
All right.
They can be great. They can be fashionable. They look cute, but they are not a practical shoe for a Disney park. The Nike Blazers, same thing. The flat sole, don't do it. Just bring a running shoe, bring a tennis shoe like an Air Force that has a bigger sole. Just do not bring flat brim soles to Disney parks if you're going to walk around.
Well, I'm wearing Converse All-Stars right now, and I wear them in the Disney parks. So I prefer those over the cushiony soles, personally. That's just my
disagree.
Take. So we're split on footwear. So the bottom line is go with what you like to wear other places, I think.
It's not that big a deal. You know your own footwear, but I just have to say you don't hike around the parks for 12-hour days. You don't do that.
This is true.
So just if you're going to spend a long...
And I don't recommend anybody does.
Yeah, but if you are doing a longer park day, you need to be aware of that. And you know what? I have a question for you. Because you seem to be asking a lot of questions.
I like asking the questions.
Yeah, well, over the past couple of episodes, you've talked a lot about when to wear, a cotton t-shirt or a button-up t-shirt in different scenarios. But for you overall, because you pack both, what do you prefer? Just a cotton plain t-shirt or one of those button-up, short sleeves?
So it's this or that, cotton t-shirt versus button-up short sleeve.
Yeah.
I am going to go with button-up short sleeve shirt, and you don't see enough of them there. I just find them to be lighter. I find them to be, they have bonus of being lighter on the hot days. They still work on the cool days. They also work for casual dinners when you want to go somewhere nice. And there are lots of cool ones. I mean, we sell a lot of cool ones. These are not your grandpa's shirts, right? There's cool button-up shirts, and other brands, Quicksilver and those sort of places sell cool button-up shirts. So I do bring both.
Yeah.
But I lean towards those. I bring more button-up shirts than I do t-shirts.
What about a golf shirt? How would you throw that in the mix?
I don't like those because they're more like a t-shirt in their material, so I would just go to t-shirt.
I have watched those sit on the bottom of your suitcase.
However,
it's really funny.
I do bring them.
I was going to say you bring them too.
For the golf course.
This is true.
Right, when you have to wear them.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. Speaking of shirts and materials, this or that, cotton versus linen.
I'm going to go with linen. I wouldn't wear a linen t-shirt, but as far as other things go, shorts, button-ups, even dresses, linen, it's a very popular fabric, and maybe it's just because it's all the rage this year, but I just find it lighter. I recently bought a pair of linen pants, long pants, and I find them totally fine to wear in the summer. So I would go with linen in this case. I think it's more breathable. I think it's nicer, and it's a slightly elevated look without being uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm torn on this one, but for me, it all comes down to what you're getting at, the exact quality of the item. So if we're talking about a nice, light, good quality linen versus a light cotton, I might go on the linen myself in that button-up shirt style. All right, number 10, the final question. Not something you wear for this one, but still part of your fashion and style. If you are one, and I am not ever,
of course you're not,
who needs to or wants to carry a bag into a Disney park.
That's what mom's for.
This or that, a backpack versus the sling bag or crossbody style.
I think a crossbody is just more convenient unless, you have little kids and you're bringing a full-size backpack. Then I think that becomes more of a utility issue. As far as convenience, reaching in, getting out, a little snack, sunglasses, phone, whatever, I always go personally with the crossbody. I know everybody loves their Loungefly mini backpacks, and mini backpacks were such a huge trend, late 2010s, that era. They were just taking off. They were everywhere. But I think that's kind of dying out now a little bit, and the crossbodies are coming back, and I personally just find them better for easy access and better for my shoulders. So personally, I'm going to go with the crossbody.
Yeah, I agree. I don't do either one, but if I were going to do it, I just don't I find backpacks inconvenient to put them on. They're on your back. It gets sweatier on your back. I think just being easy access, easier to move around, not as tightly on your body, I would go with some sort of bag that is not a backpack.
Only reason I would go with a backpack is if you have heavy items, if you have little babies or anything where you need to bring stuff and you don't have a stroller to put it in. If it's going to be very heavy, a backpack is a better distribution of weight. But other than that...
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Other than that, crossbody for me.
All right, there you have it. Our top 10 this or that questions for this week. We hope that helped you make some decisions if you were wondering, should I do this or should I do that? This is our hot take on these 10 items. Thanks everyone for listening. As always, follow along on social media at 1923 Main Street. Visit the shop at 1923mainstreet.com. We'll see you again next week and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.